past the walls of your heart.
Hello viewers, it's me, Zuri. Today is February the 1st. It is now 5:50 in the evening. I've been kind of procrastinating, but I have been sick. That's why my video is a few days late. My last appointment was on the 25th, last Friday. So that will make me 33 weeks, soon to be 34 at the beginning of next week. But it was just, my doctor's appointment was just a normal doctor's appointment. That he had to do the Doppler to listen to, her heartbeat and everything, just to see how strong it is, how regular it is, things like that. He did notify me that my appointments will start to become closer, being that I'm so far along. Normally they're between 4 and 5 weeks apart. After this doctor's appointment, they'll be 3 weeks apart. Then after that, they'll be 2 weeks and then a week apart. And then, then you'll have your baby. But anyway, after that appointment, the very next day, out of nowhere, Saturday the 26th, I had to go to the emergency room. I have no idea what happened. I was watching TV one day, eating oatmeal. After I got done eating my oatmeal, I suddenly just felt as nauseous as can be. And I started throwing up. I had diarrhea, like everything. I couldn't keep anything down. I tried to drink some water, immediately threw that up. I tried to take some promethazine, which is what I was prescribed at the very beginning of my pregnancy to kind of ease, nauseousness and things like that. I couldn't even keep the pill down. Within like 5 minutes, I threw that right back up. So I went to the emergency room because I had been throwing up all day at that point. And when I got there, it was kind of traumatic because, again, with this needle thing, I'm like slowly getting over my fear of needles altogether. I had to give a urine test. First of all, just to, I guess, see, if everything was okay with my urine. Then they wanted to do some blood work to check the electrolytes in my blood and see if I was dehydrated. And they wanted to put me on an IV because I was really weak, kind of shaky. I hadn't really had anything to eat or drink that day, so they already assumed that I was dehydrated. But I guess they wanted to see the level of, dehydration by running those tests on me. But I was so dehydrated that my veins, were very weak. They tried in my left arm to give me an IV over here on the side, which kind of really didn't bother me that much because it's not, directly in the fold of my arm. But they couldn't even thread it. Get it up in the vein because the vein was so weak. So after she got the needle in, she took it out. Then the other the phlebotomist came in to draw some blood out of the same arm. It wasn't out the same hole though. That was actually in the fold of my arm. And then they had to get a specialist, an IV specialist or something like that, to come in and try to do the IV on my other arm. And I was kind of mad because I know when they hear, when nurses hear that people are scared of needles, they just tell them, oh, don't move, don't jump, blah, blah, blah. They try to make you not look at the needle and everything. But me personally, I have to look at it. I have to see what you're doing so I can prepare myself. And then, I can clench my fist or whatever I need to do so that I won't jump. But if you try to just stick me like that the specialist did, it made me jump. And then she kind of caught an attitude with me, and I'm just like, well, you didn't give me time to prepare myself, so I'm sorry. That's a reaction. But anyway, they actually had 2 IVs running into the same tube. They had 2 bags with the IVs running into the same tube. They had me on 2 IVs at the same time because I was so dehydrated. And they gave me all kinds of nausea medicine. They gave me some pills that'll stop me from making so many bowel movements. They gave me all kind of stuff. Nothing worked. Like, I still was feeling nauseous. I don't know what was going on, but I was horrible that day. They discharged me after a few hours, after all the tests came back and everything, and after my IV finished, going through my body and everything. They discharged me and told me to set up a follow-up appointment with my OBGYN just to make sure that none of this affected the baby, all my dehydration or whatever, just to make sure my weight wasn't fluctuating, out of control and everything like that. So my follow-up appointment was today, actually, at 3:45. So I just left there not too long ago, and it was okay. It was just like a regular routine appointment with the Doppler and everything. He said everything looks good. My next doctor's appointment will be 2 weeks from now, on the 15th at 8:30 in the morning. Another thing, I had my pre-registration visit at the hospital that I want to give birth at. It was very informative. I wasn't really sure what to expect. I kind of just thought that it was going to be, they give you a bunch of paperwork that you can start on early so that you don't have to be overwhelmed when you have the baby and everything. And then I thought they just gave you a tour and that was it. But this was like an hour and a half long meeting. She thoroughly went over all the papers in the packet. She asked me if I had any questions. She gave me a lot of information on, what is that pain medicine they put in your back? The epidural. She gave me a lot of information on the epidural and everything because I didn't know anything about it. All I knew was, it's the pain medicine that you get when you're about to give birth. So I told her, yeah, I want the epidural, but I do want some information on it as well because I don't know how it's done, how you guys, I didn't know anything about it, but she gave me a lot of information and I was very appreciative of that. I do need to fill out all that paperwork because I'm not trying to have a bunch of people making me sign and asking me questions and all kind of stuff like that when I'm trying to bond with my baby. So doing the pre-registration visit at the hospital that you want to give birth to is important for that reason alone. But I will go ahead and show you guys my belly. It got pretty big. And I don't have small hands, and my belly is kind of overpowering my hands right now. It doesn't look that big when I don't have my shirt over it, but I guess since it's a white shirt it looks big. It's just really round. But yeah, that is all I have for right now. Again, my next doctor's appointment will be February the 15th, so I should have my next vlog ready around that time somewhere. Hopefully I'll have it on time this time. Well, thanks for watching, you guys. I'll see you guys next time.
Like you're from the flat, taking my time before reveal.